matter of fact, no, because I've been amongst the fortunate ones who've come out of very privileged environments. And when I say privileged, I don't mean well endowed in terms of money, but in terms of opportunities. We've come from socio-economic environments which are, which have been progressive, educated. So a large part of my upbringing has been in that environment. So as a result, it has been an empowering environment where they do recognize that close to 50% of our population needs to be well endowed in order for the country to progress. So I have come from there, and hence I have not felt let down in my career path as a context of being a woman. There might be other reasons, but not as a gender context for sure. Having said that, there is also another thing that has happened in my life, and incidentally so, that I've had 2 startups. I've had the privilege of having 2 startups. And both these have been strategically invested in by entrepreneurs themselves to begin with, people who made it big on their own terms. So they've obviously gone through the entire context of what it is that it takes to be a good entrepreneur and what kind of merits are required. So the filter has been definitely merit. And the coincidental part is both these entrepreneurs have been lucky enough to just have daughters. So I think, I have been a part of ecosystems where the privileges have come from merit. So yes, I have not been let down. However, I feel that also brings along a very strong context of you won't be pardoned if you're wrong. You'll have to play and recalibrate yourself as an equal at all points in time. So you shouldn't expect privileges as a woman if you want to be treated as equal. Yes, to a very abysmal degree. The higher strata of the society which has been making money since last 15 years. I think 20 years since, I think even in politics or in any other sector, social sector or the economic sector, women have actually managed to lead the top to an extent. And I think which is where women are endowing themselves with financial independence. What I mean by financial independence is not the propensity to just earn money. It's also the propensity to actually save and create wealth for themselves. And I think that independence is there on probably the top strata and abysmal percentage. However, at the lower strata, there has been some movement towards creating opportunities to earn. However, all of that earning does not really necessarily directly proportionate or contribute towards making any kind of wealth for themselves. And I think every woman has to start that leverage a little bit as they go along their financial journey. So I don't think women in India today are financially independent, but I think slowly and steadily with exposure to a lot of financial context, I think we'll get there. The choice of sector that I made, which is media and entertainment, has been fairly democratic and equalist in its nature. To allow people with merit to come and explore potential careers here. To be honest, the gender biases in that sense are relatively low. It's quite merit oriented. To be honest, not too many from a gender context, but yes, as a woman you have you have constraints as you go along, and you decide to have a very well endowed family while you have a well endowed career. And so I think both the times when I had both my children, coming back to office on the 45th day and not taking those 6 months of maternity leave sometimes got a bit difficult to manage. And it did play on your mind, whether it was guilt at home that you can't attend to work, and guilt at work when you can't attend to home. So, someone once said in one of the interviews that a working mother is always a guilty mother. But I don't think always, but at least 6 months around their birth she is. Yes, my suggestion for women in India is to rebel, to jump off that cliff that is right there in front of you. But this rebel is not to just go there and wear what you like, or eat what you like, or cut your hair, or wear those stone denims that you want to, or try to party late in the night. While all that is okay at some point in time to have your well-deserved fun, I think you should jump off a cliff to make a contribution. Finally stand out for that 50% of the population that you are. Make that contribution in the political world. Get inspired by names like the late Sushma Swaraj or like, Mamata Banerjee. You look at the prolific careers of people like, in the banking sector or in the corporate sector. And I think that's important. That's important for you to try and find a place for yourself. And so rebel to social norms that come in your way. Rebel to the societal structures which tell you that you can't be a parent, that you can't be a family person, you can't pursue. Rebel with yourself when you get tired and when you actually become lazy. And I think that's what is important.